breaks and I rise with the fire. Sun in my chest, pulling me higher. No more fear, only hunger and desire. Apollo in my blood, I was made to inspire.
Let the shadows fade. Pressure on my back, but I'm never afraid. Every scar I carry is a mark I made. Turn pain into power, watch the darkness break. I don't wait, I ignite every second I climb. I was beating like a war drum. Get deep in the time as the world goes cold. I still burn and shine. I train in the dark, but I'm built to blind. Light breaks in, I rise with the fire. Sun in my chest, pulling me higher. No more fear, only hunger and desire. Follow in my blood, I was made to inspire. Hit the ground hard, now I'm pushing again. Strength in my breath, pressure turning again. Even when I'm bruised, I refuse to bend. A warrior alive with a will that won't end. Chasing down a peak with a furious stride. When the weight gets heavy, I don't step aside. Every rip I take, feel the sun inside. I break the limits, then I multiply.
Feel the pulse hit hard, I'm alive again. Sunlight in my veins, pushing past my limits. Every beat I rise, every breath I win. The fire in my chest keeps pulling me in. Speed in my stride, I refuse to slow. Heat in my blood when the pressure grows. I run through the dark with a burning glow. A warrior of light, that's all I know. Every setback fades in the rush I chase. Every heartbeat hits like a drum in space. When the weight gets heavy, I pick up the pace. I don't break, I ignite in the hardest place. Feel the pulse hit hard, I'm alive again. Sunlight in my veins, pushing past my limits. Every beat I rise, every breath I win. The fire in my chest keeps pulling me in. Turn the grind to gold, let the shadows fall. I'm built for the climb, I was made to stand tall. If the night closes in, I answer the call. I shine under pressure, I outshine it all. Strength in my breath, discipline in my name. Every pulse of the sun feeds the fuel in my flame. I rise with a force that no darkness can tame. I train for the peaks and I rise to reclaim. Feel the power in my bones. Aim at the fear that I've outgrown. One shot hits hard, cut straight through the stone. Apollo in my grip, I fire and I own.
chance, fire deep inside. Every failure I faced made my aim refined. I don't run from pressure, I let it guide. Angel of the sun, but I fight like steel. Every rep I take makes the target real. I rise with force that the night can't kill. One more shot, I ascend, I heal. Heal, 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 heal. Burn it all bright, I ignite with fury. Sunlight strikes fast, nothing can deter me. Heat in my chest, let the darkness worry. I rise through the fire, radiant, worthy. Pressure on my back, but I won't collapse. Strength in my hands when the whole world snaps. Every scar I earn turns to lightning cracks. I shine through the pain, no turning back. Heat erupts when I push past fear. When the weight gets loud, I shift the gear. I fight with a purpose crystal clear. I train in the light that they all revere. I ignite with fury. Sunlight strikes fast, nothing can deter me. Heat in my chest, let the darkness worry. I rise through the fire, radiant, worthy. Rage in my veins, but I hold it tight. Turn it to power when I step to the fight. Every setback burns into guiding light. I conquer the dark with a force so bright. Strength in my breath, discipline in my core. Every rep I take makes me shine even more. I rise like the sun breaking down the door. I've been forged by the fire, that's what I'm made for. Golden discipline, I rise, I grow. Strength in my breath, controlling my flow. No rush, no fear, just the light I know. I build every day till the fire glows. Come in a storm when the world feels loud. Focus in my chest when I'm breaking the cloud. Every setback phase make my spirit proud. I rise through the grind, steady unbound. No shortcuts taken, I earn my flame. Pressure on my back, but I still maintain. Discipline sharp like a golden blade. I train in a light that will never fade. Golden discipline, I rise, I grow. Strength in my breath, controlling my flow. No rush, no fear, just a light I know. I build every day till the fire glow. Golden discipline.
Step by the step, I refine mine. Strength in the silence that carries my name. Every rep I take fuels a brighter flame. I conquer the dark with a steady frame. No matter how heavy, I stay aligned. Focused on the climb in my heart and mind. Light in my core that you'll never find. I rise with a force that's discipline divine. Run with the light, Leo's in my strides. On fire on my back as I tear through the sky. I speed in my breath, nothing left to hide. I move like a blaze, this is Helios Drive. Wheels made of flame and I burn through the dark. Racing past fear with the heaven-made spark. Every heartbeat is like a lightning mark. I push through the limits and ignite my arc. Wind at my face but I never slow. Pressure on my chest but I still let it blow. When the world gets heavy, I rise and go. I sprint through the shadows with the soul of gold. Helios Drive. Drive. Run with the light, Leo's in my strides. On fire on my back as I tear through the sky. Speed in my breath, nothing left to hide. I move like a blaze, this is Helios Drive. Chasing the horizon with a furious speed. Strength in my lungs when I break and lead. Every rep I take is a vow I bleed. I rise with the flame that I always feed. Fueling my soul when the fire gets loud. I dash through the storm, never bowing down. I shine in the night like a king on crown. I run with the sun. I was skyward bound, 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 bound. Helios Ride. Rise through the fire, I ascend where I ascend with light. Sun in my chest and it's burning bright. Every breath I take pulls me to the height. I climb through the blaze. I was built for the fight. Turns gold, strengthen my stance when the pressure unfolds. Every scar earned becomes fuel I hold. I rise through the flames, unshaken, bold. Clarity hits when the fire gets loud. I lift myself up even when I'm bowed. When the weight gets heavy, I break the shroud. I shine through the dark like the sun unclouded. Rise through the fire, I stand with light. I stand with light. Sun in my chest and it's burning bright. Every breath I take pulls me to the height. I climb through the blaze. I was built for the fight. I stand at the peak where the fire enthralls. Burn the shadows, I rise through the flame. Light in my chest, nothing stays the same. Break every limit, remember my name. I shine through the dark with a fire untamed. Fear in the corners, but I don't retreat. Pressure gets loud, but I still compete. Every scar gained made the fight complete. I torch the doubt when I feel the heat. Strengthen my stance when the night grows cold. I fight with the sun burning bright and bold. Every time I fall, I come back controlled. I rise again, forged in the gold. Burn the shadows, I rise through the flame. Light in my chest, nothing stays the same. Break every limit, remember my name. I shine through the dark with a fire untamed.
Takes flight, I rise through the pain, unbroken bright. Heat in my hands when the pressure gets loud. Strength in my core when I push through the crowd. Every rep I take makes the fire proud. I hit like the sun breaking out of the cloud. No fear in my stance when the weight gets near. Even when I fall, I return with gear. Heartbeats clash like a force I steer. I shine so hard that the shadows disappear. Press and climb. Every setback fades when I own my time. I strike with a flame that refuses to die. I'm built from the sun, rising sky high. Focus in my breath when the world feels cold. Strength in my chest that will never fall. One more rep and my courage unfolds. I am with the power of a heart of gold.
step I take charges up the fight. I'm wired with the sun, divine and bright.
Energy cracks when I hit the ground. Heartbeat spark with a thunder sound. Every setback fades when the bolts rebound. I rise through the surge, never backing down. Strength in my pulse when the pressure climbs. Light in my chest when the darkest binds. I push through the storm with a furious mind. I'm built from the fire that God's designed.
Voltage rising, I ignite the night. Power in my veins running wild with the light. Every step I take charges up the fight. I'm wide with the sun, divine and bright.
Electric breath when I pull the load. Heat in my core and I'm an overload. Every spark I feel becomes part of the code. I shine through the dark as the cover explodes. Strength in my hands when the world turns cold. Courage in my stance when I break the mold. I rise with a will, fortune burning gold. I train with a force no shadow can hold.
Divine and bright.
Turning shadows to gold. Stand in my flame and you'll feel my hold. I shine like a king, solar overload. Heat in my breath when the dawn breaks through. Strength in my core when the world feels new. Every battle I fought but a brighter you. I rise from the fire with a God like you. No fear remains in the path I claim. Pressure and pain only fed my flame. Through every storm I became my name. I stand in the light that no night can tame. Ignites. Victory grows in the heat of the fight. Every rep I take builds eternal might. I rise like a star reaching endless height. Strength in my stance when the world turns wide. Courage in my step with the sun as my guide. When the shadows fall and the flames collide, I stand at the peak, power deified.